Here are the celebrities with the highest IQs. With an IQ of 184, James Woods isn't just smart. He is the kind of smart that gets you into MIT. He scored near-perfect SATs and was knee-deep in linear algebra before deciding he'd rather make a living intimidating people on screen. And let's be honest, when Woods plays a villain, you believe it. There's something unnerving about how sharp and calculating his performances are. Every smirk and precisely timed pause showed that Woods wasn't just delivering lines. He was calculating his next move. Even in interviews, you could see his mind working in real time, dismantling arguments with ease. He doesn't just portray the smartest guy in the room. He is the smartest guy in the room, and he carries himself like he knows it. If James Woods is Hollywood's chess grandmaster, then Sharon Stone is its queen. She's sharp, strategic, and always 3 steps ahead. But here's the kicker. She isn't just dazzling on screen, having an IQ of 154. She was accepted into college at 15. While most teenagers struggled with algebra, she was already outpacing professors. She doesn't just act. She studied her characters like a scientist in a lab, breaking them down, finding the most interesting angles, and making sure every glance and word meant something. While actors spend years honing their craft, Matt Damon took a different route. He wrote his own Oscar-winning movie while still at Harvard. That's what an IQ of 160 gets you, an Academy Award before most people have even figured out their career paths. Matt Damon's intelligence isn't just something on paper, it's something you can see in the way he works. He brings a sharpness and depth that makes his characters feel real. He doesn't just take on roles, he leans towards ones that challenge him, requiring quick thinking and emotional complexity. Problem solving comes naturally to him, both on and off the screen. Whether he's acting, writing, or working on global issues, he's always 10 steps ahead. Damon doesn't just play the smart guy, he is a smart guy. And then there's Natalie Portman. You know her as Padme Amidala or the unhinged ballerina in Black Swan. But what you might not know is that she has an IQ of 140 and graduated from Harvard with a degree in psychology. While most actors were memorizing lines, she was co-authoring neuroscience papers, no joke. She has actual published research to her name. Imagine wrapping a day of shooting Star Wars and then heading home to break down the complexities of brain function. The craziest part? She never let her intellect overshadow her performances. Instead, it worked for her, adding layers of depth to every character she played. Whether she's shaving her head in V for Vendetta or unraveling profound mysteries in Annihilation, Portman picks roles that challenge her and her audience. She's proof that Hollywood doesn't just reward beauty. Sometimes it rewards brilliance. Speaking of brilliance, let's talk about Quentin Tarantino. No film school, no formal training, just an IQ of 160 and a mind that absorbs cinema like a sponge. He didn't learn filmmaking. He reinvented it. Who else could take a bunch of non-linear scenes, throw in some absurdly cool dialogue, and make it work like Pulp Fiction? His intelligence isn't about memorizing film theory. It's about breaking the rules, bending genres, and making movies that feel as natural as a conversation, yet as thrilling as a high-speed car chase. And the best part? He makes it look effortless. Whether he's analyzing spaghetti westerns or reshaping history in Inglourious Bastards, he shows how passion and genius change the game. Every word he says makes it clear. With a mind as sharp as her performances, Jodie Foster doesn't just pick roles, she studies them like a Yale professor breaking down a complex thesis. With an IQ of 132 and a Yale degree in literature, she could have gone into academia, but she didn't. Instead, she chose to spend her life outwitting serial killers on screen, playing brilliant women who don't just survive, but dominate. Honestly, can you imagine Silence of the Lambs working without her bringing Clarice to life? Not a chance. Off-screen, she's just as deliberate, building a career that values depth over hype. Foster doesn't just play a role, she dissects it, ensuring every performance leaves an impact long after the credits roll. On the other hand, Lisa Kudrow had everyone convinced she was a lovable goofball, but behind the scenes, there was a sharp mind at work. She wasn't just playing Phoebe, she was carefully crafting one of the most unique and unforgettable sitcom characters of all time. With an IQ of 154 and a degree in psychobiology, she was on track for a medical research career before Friends came along. Even today, she's behind the scenes producing hit shows. She proves that intelligence isn't just about having all the answers. It's about knowing the right questions to ask. Like Kudrow, Rowan Atkinson built his career on comedy. While she mastered witty dialogue, he turned silence into an art form. Rowan Atkinson isn't just smart. His IQ of 178 practically makes him a real-life supercomputer wrapped in an awkward British man's body. He has a master's degree in electrical engineering from Oxford, but instead of building robots, he decided to make people laugh, and not just any laughter. Universal, wordless, pure comedy. Mr. Bean didn't need dialogue because Atkinson understood physical humor at an almost scientific level. Every twitch of an eyebrow and every awkward pause was calculated to perfection. That's not luck, that's comedic surgery. Dolph Lundgren isn't just muscle and fight scenes. He's a genius wrapped in a powerhouse of an action hero. The man has an IQ of 160, a master's degree in chemical engineering, and a Fulbright scholarship to MIT. He could have been solving molecular equations in a lab. Instead, he decided to become a 6'5" fighting machine in Hollywood. Honestly, that's one of the best career pivots ever. His attention to detail isn't just in the fight choreography, it's in everything he does, proving that raw power and pure intellect can coexist. Intelligence isn't just about knowing stuff, it's about knowing what to do with it. Geena Davis proves that every time she steps into a room. With an IQ of 140, Davis doesn't just take up space in Hollywood, she rewrites the script while she's at it. A Mensa member, an Olympic-level archer, and a powerhouse advocate for gender representation, she doesn't just show up, she changes the entire conversation. Whether she's leading the charge in Thelma and Louise or using data to push Hollywood toward equality, she does it with precision. She combines the sharpness of a scientist with the fire of an activist. And how can we talk about intelligence without mentioning Christopher Nolan, the man, the myth, the brain, behind some of Hollywood's most mind-bending films? With an IQ of 160, he doesn't just tell stories, he builds them, layer by layer, turning every movie into a puzzle waiting to be solved. He studied literature at University College London, but let's be real, his true talent is making audiences question everything they just watched. Ever walked out of a Nolan movie wondering if you actually understood it? You're not alone. Interstellar messed with our sense of time. Tenet had us rewinding scenes in confusion. The Dark Knight set a new standard for superhero films. He doesn't just make movies. He creates experiences that keep you thinking long after the credits roll. Remember Mayim Bialik, the actress who played Amy on The Big Bang Theory? She isn't just an actress. She has a PhD in neuroscience and an IQ of 163. While playing a scientist on The Big Bang Theory, she was also publishing real academic papers. She could have spent her life in a lab, but she chose Hollywood instead. And she uses her platform to advocate for science, proving that intelligence and entertainment can go hand in hand. Outside of acting, she has authored books that break down complex scientific concepts for a broad audience. She often speaks on educational panels, translating neuroscience into relatable discussions while inspiring young women to explore STEM careers. Her love for learning doesn't stop with her own studies. She sparks conversations about mental health, neuroscience, and the latest scientific discoveries. How do you think intelligence should be measured? By numbers, or by the way it's used to shape the world?